Oh shit, Saitama was about that damn gym life. That's how he got to where he was at. I didn't know they were going to expand on that until this episode. I thought it was crazy enough as it was. But anyway, start off a psycho scientist goes off the deep end. He goes off the deep end for not being acknowledged for his brilliance. He was coming up with all different kinds of ways of splicing people and shit like that. Of course, people don't like being spliced and whatnot, splicing animals and whatnot. So they didn't really like the guy. He flipped on them. He thought this is the only way for humans to advance. We have to force evolution. Yeah, probably so. To be honest, he's probably right. But he's like he felt like he had to prove himself right. So that's why he went off the deep end and just went psycho and was training. I mean, was not training, was experimenting for 70 years or something like that. Or was it like 50 years? Somewhere between 50 and 70 years, somewhere between there. And he finally got it. And the first thing he did was turn himself young and then created something called the House of Evolution, where he was splicing animals and people and whatnot, and making them stronger. That's where you get the cyborg from, that gorilla cyborg, Leo Mine and whatnot. That's where they came from. But his story ran on a little bit too much, so Saitama got pissed. He said, "Hurry that!" He said, "Hurry the fuck up! I need that story now. Hurry the fuck up!" But anyway, he told him where the place was, and they get ready to take it to the House of Evolution. So the guy there, the scientist, he's there right now, and he says, "You know what? We got to get ready." And the only person I got that, he said, there's no other choice. He said, we got to bring out what's that, Carnage Kabuto, because Saitama already defeated the second strongest. There's nowhere else for them to go. So Saitama and Genesis get to the building. Genesis off the bat just blows it up, and then they go and find out there's a hatch that leads down into a basement. They go down there, and the scientists had already got Kabuto ready, and he's ready to kill him. And he said, "Let's go into the danger room to fight." Now, up to that point, it was decent. The beginning was kind of funny when you find out the gorilla was spilling the beans. That's pretty much it. But after this point, this is when it gets hilarious. Oh my god. The Kabuto goes to try to kill Saitama, and this dude is fast as a motherfucker. I mean, he was fast as a motherfucker. He just disappeared before your eyes. You couldn't even see him. This dude is huge, but he was fast as a motherfucker. So as soon as he gets ready to try to hit Saitama, he looks up like the guy was moving slow or something. Just looked up at him, and he backed off. His spider senses started tingling. And everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck? They said, he's scared? Something's not right. The Kabuto, he says, hey, if I would have tried to hit him at that point in time, I would be dead. He said, not only did he spot me, I seen him getting ready to hit me, and he had no fear. That told me I was almost a dead man, right? So they wanted to know how he got so strong. He said, if you want to know, I'll reveal it. This is when it got hilarious. He let him in on his little secret. He said the way you get stronger is by training. He said, I did 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups, and he ran about 6 or 7 miles a day. And he said, if you don't give up and you keep going nonstop, he said, you'll get stronger. He said within a year and a half, about a year and a half, all his hair fell out and he was super strong. Now at 3 years, he's just at his strongest. That's when I bust out laughing, because before they said that he trained for 3 years. You would think that he was training and was building up. Like he started off doing, 20 push-ups. By the time 3 years is over, he's doing 150,000 push-ups or something like that, 150 million push-ups or something. You would think that he kept elevating. He says, no, I do 100 squats, 100 push-ups, and 100 sit-ups a day. Plus, I run a couple miles. Genesis jumped up. He said, hold on, get the fuck out of here. That's what he told him. He said, get the fuck out of here. He says, no way you got that strong training. He said, first off, you can't get that strong training. That's the first thing. He said, second of all, the training regimen you just came up, that's regular shit. That wasn't even a hardcore training regimen. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and what was it? He ran 6 miles. Running 6 miles kind of hard, but other than that, that's regular shit. I was laughing my ass off at that point. I said, "Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. That's regular training. Like the average human being can do that stuff easy, but not easy, but can do it with moderate difficulty. Moderate difficulty." He said that he had to wake up almost ready to pass out every day because he had to do 100 push-ups. Genesis doesn't even believe him. He said, "Get the fuck out of here. There's no way." And Kabuto was scared of him at first, but once he heard that story, he's ready to go. He said, "Okay, now I know you bullshit." And he said, "Let's get it on." He turned into his final form, his ultimate form, and starts wailing on Saitama. I mean, and he put his all. Did you see when he punched him and he came from here, lifted him up, and like you see how he twisted his body? You can see he put every little bit of ounce of strength he had in that. And he said he would rampage for a week. He said all the way up to the next Saturday. When Saitama heard that, he said, "Wait, hold on. If next week is Saturday, that means today's Saturday." He said that means the sale at the grocery store is on, and he's getting ready to make him miss it. So he finishes him off with one punch and then walks out. Now the doctor, he's sitting there like, "Whoa, I've been doing all this shit into evolution, and the guy I've been able to surpass everything I did by far with just training." He said, "I might as well just give up," you know, that type of deal. And now they're getting ready to go try to catch these cells. The first, I mean, when they found the place and all that kind of stuff, that was mundane. The doctor, you know, the scientist dude, he was all right. You know, I thought his backstory was all right. But once they got to the part where he talked about the training, that's when it just would just drop dead hilarious. I kept saying, "Come on, man, that doesn't even make no fucking sense." 100 squats. I know everybody else. If you're a normal human being, when he said that he trained for 3 years, you thought that he meant he was doing like literally intense training. 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 6-mile run. Come on, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. I'm going to give this episode 4 out of 5. Peace.